Well, well, well. If it isn't you and it isn't me. We back at it like a crack at it. Let's get right. No, that wasn't correct. We right back at it like a crack addict, okay? Let's get right into it. We're gonna be watching the second one because honestly, I didn't even know there was a second one. Oh shit, look at this. Look at that handsome guy. Who the fuck is that handsome guy? He's sexy as fuck, man. No homo, no diddy. But he handsome as fuck, man. So, I didn't know there was a second one. Let's see. Standout TV.
2010 I was.
Alright, let's watch the fucking second one. Popular.
I'm not gonna let a girl look at my phone
Why?
because I'm gonna have other girls.
Part 2.
People can make
Can't?
money. No, but realistically,
What is that
isn't
word?
Let me open up my chat real quick. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me see if I can change this thumbnail. Because broadcast. No, I guess not. 1 second, guys. We're gonna get right into it. Don't worry. Just gotta change the thumbnail real quick. There we go. Boom, boom, boom.
I think you should just be able to have a friendship with women, though.
So, going back to what I was saying before, it's pointless to have a female friend because if you have a female friend, it's kind of unspoken, but you're gonna be designated to protect her if something pops off. So if I'm gonna be designated to protect a woman, I prefer it to be my girl. Now going back to what you're saying about women offering utility for, well, they can give you another insight. I've interviewed almost 1,600 women now at this point, and I would say, without a shadow of a doubt, women are absolutely terrible at being understanding what it takes to be attractive to women as a man. So their advice typically is
Attractive
not
to
good at all.
women as a man?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to
Oh,
disagree.
okay.
Can you give me an example, please?
Oh, so when we bring girls on, we actually have a segment. We say, so you think it's easy to get women? And they would always say, of course, yeah. If I can get so many bitches. And I'm like,
You know, when women say it's easy for a man to get women, this is what easy is, right? For a woman, it's easy. Why? Because what is easy? Easy is something that has no type of challenge. So a woman can go up to any man and be like, hey, listen, I want to suck your cock and I want to suck your balls. Whip it out and let me do it. I guarantee you, if that guy does not be hanging out with P. Diddy, if that guy is a guy who doesn't have sugar in his tank, if he's not afraid of women, if he doesn't like men, and he doesn't like BBC up his ass, then that motherfucker's gonna say yes. That's just the truth. But as a man, can you do that? Can you walk up to a woman and say, listen, open up your mouth, get on your knees, open your asshole, all this shit? No, you can't do that shit. Why? Because you're gonna get a fucking charge. You're gonna get a rape charge. So what does that mean? That means it's not easy for men. That's the perfect example right there.
okay, really? Okay, fantastic. Then we go ahead and pull out some mics and say, hey, either me or Fresh, we act like a girl. We say, okay, what's the scenario? Are you meeting us at a bar, coffee shop, what is it? And she picks a scenario. She even picks how she looks, how much money she earns, etc. And we pretend to be the girl. She's the guy. We stand in the corner and we want her to approach us and act like a dude. And I think almost every single time, maybe one time a girl actually didn't fell flat on her face. They don't know what it takes to be attractive. They don't know what it takes to have a good tonality. They don't know what it takes to have good body language, how to appropriately set up a date, how to not come off weird, how to get a phone number, how to not trick or simp. You know, a lot of girls just lead, hey, I'll take you on a date to Komodo, and they don't even know the girl's name. So we basically give similar objections that girls give all the time, like, oh, I have a boyfriend, or oh, here's my Instagram, but don't give the phone number. And it's hilarious to watch women fumble with their own typical objections that they give to guys. And they don't know how to overcome it because they've never been a guy and dealing with a woman. Because when girls deal with girls, right, like lesbians or whatever, they kind of know what to do, and you get away with certain things. As a guy, you can't mess up because girls will disqualify you for anything.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's the thing. The thing is, I do agree with you. I do kind of...
Yeah, you will get disqualified. Why? Because there's no words on this earth There's no perfect words, right? There's nothing that you can say to get sex. But, like, what I mean by that is if a woman is not attracted to you, of course she has to be attracted, but if a woman is not attracted to you, there's nothing you can say to get sex. But there's a lot that you can say that's going to disqualify you. So you can never talk yourself into the pussy, but you could definitely talk yourself out of it.
Understand. I can never completely understand. I'm a woman, but I understand from like a male's perspective. I'm not disagreeing that it's not hard for you, but at the same time, I kind of feel like this men carry like a lot of like hurt, and they push it on women.
Okay. What we basically highlight on our podcast is you need to be the best version of yourself. And I think the thing is that guys are yearning for this because we've been lying to men for the better part of 5 to 6 decades about what being masculine and strong actually is. We've been demonizing it.
I was about to say, was I just reacting to this? But I think this is like the end. I think this is like the end of the first one.
When in reality, guys need to become stronger. Because no woman wants a weak man, even though girls say dumb shit like, oh, well, you know, I want you to be emotionally intelligent and get in tune with your feelings or whatever. It's all a lie. Oh, you see.
No, this is about me.
In the male experience at all. And it goes to show, like when I said earlier, when you put the girl in a male perspective, I want you to pick up this girl. They always fall flat on their face because women are in a privileged position where they don't have to necessarily understand
Too much
what it
sparkling
takes
water
to attract the man because men come to them.
So what's like the code? So what's like how many codes is there?
Well, it depends on the girl. You know, if you deal with a girl that's younger, that's in her prime years, where you got to understand that she's more, you know, inclined to look for fun. If you deal
I already watched this.
It being like that should be a type. Not fat, not rude, not
Wait a
obnoxious.
second. Did I already watch? I'm confused. 1 second. We're at 5 minutes. Let me see.
Like to be on top?
You know what those
There's also
dominant women do when they're like dealing with a guy that they're dominating?
What?
They make fun of that guy in a group chat, say, look, he let me tie him up and step on him with heels. Polite, fit, feminine, friendly, submissive. Simple stuff, man.
This is
That's
why are
not
they
that
playing
bad.
the same stuff?
Well, I'm not getting laid. My peers don't respect me. Okay, so what's the issue here? It's not that, the issue here is that one gender can't take criticism while the other one can, because here's the reality. Men, if they're losers, their reality is reflecting upon that. If I'm a loser, I live with my mom, eat Cheetos, fat, dork, well, I'm not getting laid. My peers don't respect me. Okay, my
100%.
environment represents like what I've achieved or not achieved in life. Women, however, you can be a bimbo, stupid, whatever, but you're mildly attractive, you're still going to get a bunch of offers and attention, etc. So women rarely get held accountable for their poor decisions. Men do, though. Men have to live in reality.
For me, like I understand like the value a man brings. So I'm never going to sit and argue the fact that men are trash or anything like that because I don't think men are. But I kind of feel like my issue is it's like this.
But they do need to step up. They need to do better.
Who?
Men, in general.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Like men genuinely do because for me, like my circle of like the women around me are really good women, and what I've seen from my experience with all these women, like that have probably made the wrong choice with like the
I need a
wrong
massage.
child.
Shit.
But it's kind of like we have this hyper independent wave of women that don't know how to submit. Because for me, in an ideal situation, I'd love to be a submissive woman that stayed at home, had my business, done what I wanted to do.
Yeah, that's true. And a lot of those women who are, you know, this whole modern thing that I'm not going to submit to no man, they're going to be 30, 40, 50, single. And if not, they're going to be in a relationship with a man who they truly don't respect.
For me, I did have a man, but realistically, I don't want to give you the power to condescend me to be like, you wouldn't have that if it wasn't for me, because this is what men do. You then, like your ego runs away with you, and you don't know how to actually respect women, because with everything, it's like you said, you don't see women as equal.
They're not.
No, but this is what I'm saying. You're saying that we're not, but at the same time, there's no respect for me as a woman and what I'm bringing to you.
Oh, okay. So here's the thing. You're looking at equality from a human perspective. I'm not saying that men are better than women from a human perspective. I'm saying that men are leaders, so therefore we cannot be equal. When you're on the battlefield, right, and the lieutenant or whoever the commanding officer is on the battlefield, you're not equal to him as, you know, a regular soldier. He is the leader. You're not equal, but there's a reason. There's a hierarchy to dictate order. If the woman is equal to the guy, well, who's going to make the final decision? Nothing gets done by a committee. There always has to be one leader in charge. There's a reason why there's a president, there's a CEO, etc. Both people can't be alphas, as they say. The problem is this. Women are confused about what men actually want. They think a CEO, a boss, a business owner, ambitious competitive woman. We don't give a shit about none of that stuff. Men don't care about that. And I would argue the more money a man makes, the less he cares about his woman's ability to earn money. And critical thinking means being able to look at reality, see what's going on, apply some critical thinking, and fix problems from a deductive problem-solving standpoint. A lot of girls lack this. They follow people like Nicki Minaj, you know, Mia Khalifa, Lana Rhoades, whatever, Kim Kardashian. These are all terrible representations of what women should be. What a girl is supposed to do is come into a man's life.
Don't act like you don't know those names, because you do. We were all teenagers, middle schoolers. We know those names. Those are household names.
See where he's deficient. Okay, I noticed that you like to go to the gym at this time. I'm going to make sure that you have a protein shake with as many grams of protein as you need, the vegetables, etc. When you come back, not even asked. The place is spotless. I noticed that you have an issue with organizing your files, or you like to have your things in a certain order when you come home. I'm going to make sure that's done, and I'm a deductive problem solver. I'm able to be observant, because that's women's gift, is being observant of social situations. That's why women are socially superior to men. Oh, yeah, I thought you were going to say.
If I look tired, it's because I am. I've been waking up every single day, 6:30, because I'm doing the 90 optimal days, okay? So if you guys want to join me, 90 optimal days, 90 days straight, wake up 6:30 or wake up earlier than that. Wake up and get a workout in. Go ahead and record a 10-minute video of yourself so that you can better your speech. Progress picture. Follow a diet. Hit your protein goals. And listen to an hour of Think and Grow Rich or Bob Proctor, You Were Born Rich.
Say that's sexist. Okay.
No,
it's never sexist when a guy mentions something about a woman that's positive. So a woman's job is to use that social calibration that they have, that they're superior to men in, and be able to be like, okay, this guy's deficient in this and deficient in this, etc. Let me come in, compliment, make this guy operate. He's already operating at 95%. I'm going to get him to 102. And when you're at a high level already, that extra 2, 3, 4, 5% is what helps you beat the competition.
Women do compliment men in that way when it's the right partner, but the problem is, like, I have this issue. Like for me, everything you listed, I will do that if it's my man. But the problem is, I'm not going to do it for every man. I'm not going to just do it because that's what you expect. It will be the right time, because you could be dating multiple people. So why am I going to give you this really good treatment if you're not even valuing me? So it takes a while to get.
Well, because you want a promotion, right? When you work at a job, if you want to be the manager, if you're starting at the bottom and you want to be the manager, you have to show them why you would be a good manager. You're not going to be like, well, I want to be the manager, but I'm not going to do anything until I become the manager. No, you have to put in extra work to get to that position.
To that level. So women will do that. A lot of women will give you that life. They will give you that balance. They will compliment you, but they're not going to just do it until you're serious. You know, because men like to play the field for a very long time.
So let's take your logic. Let's say you want to work at a prestigious law firm. Mm-hmm. You walk in there in your pajamas, and you know you're unkempt, and you say, you know what? Listen, I know this is a fantastic law firm, but I'm gonna wait it out a little bit. I don't know if we're a good match yet, okay? But y'all should give me the job anyway. Okay, you just said.
What did I just say?
There. You know what they're gonna say? Get the F out of here. We got a bunch of other applicants that are qualified that are gonna show up and take this job seriously. Men give relationships, women give sex. If you want a relationship with a guy who's worth something, you're gonna have to compete. And girls hate that word. I'm my own competition. I don't compete with nobody. That's stupid. That's an asinine concept. We all compete. When a girl gets dressed before she walks outside, putting on makeup, wearing the latest designer, all women compete. They just refuse to accept this. So if you're gonna go and try to work at a prestigious law firm, you better come with your resume, dress well, have experience, etc., and be ready to start the job and be on point. But modern day women think, I'm gonna show up just the way I come and they should hire me. That's not the way the world works, which is why so many women fail and strike out when it comes to men. They go ahead, they show up to the job interview, they think they're gonna get the job. No, you get sex only, recreational use only, bam, never get the actual job. You're a temp hire.
Yeah, so why though? Like this, why can't you just like value women, not just like have sex with them and disregard them?
It's on the woman to prove to me that she's worthy of a relationship. That's where a lot of girls make a mistake. They'll sit there and say, I'm good, I'm loyal, blah, 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 blah. No, I want to, see how you do before you get promoted. I'm not going to give a girl the position of, a secretary or underboss, right, or second in charge of my company unless she's been vetted. She's got to work her way up.
That's what I just said. As someone who's starting at the bottom in a company, you have to show them why you should be promoted to manager. You're not just gonna go in there, walk in, do whatever the fuck you want, and say, hey, listen, I want to be the manager, but I'm not willing to put in any work.
The problem is that we give women CEO jobs when they haven't proven themselves and they don't respect the job.
So
We're in England, right? SAS, very competitive, right? Intelligence agency for the UK, right? CIA, FBI, same thing. There's a bunch of background investigations done, right? That your resume has to be a certain point. You can't have done certain things in your life. You're automatically disqualified. It's highly sought after because it's difficult to obtain. Things that are difficult to obtain typically have some type of value. So what women got to understand is that when you want a certain type of guy, there's certain things that may disqualify you from that position. Life isn't fair, and that's just how it goes. So girls got to be willing to compete, and they think, oh, I should just be accepted. That's not how it goes. Because women reject men for way less. A guy will get rejected for not having the right shoes on. You know, I think men are way more forgiving when it comes to dating and giving women relationships than women are to even giving a guy a phone number.
you might be the exception because you might be in the top % of men because you have all these things, like your looks, your fitness,
Yeah.
money, but everyday men don't have that.
But I never said,
But you have to work to get that. That's not just given. You don't just get to that position. You don't just get to the 1% just because. So if you don't have that as a man, that's on you. You chose to be in that position because you can also choose to become better and become that guy who is more rare than all the other guys.
I was very careful to say that's what all men want. The problem is that most guys can't do it. So therefore, they're restricted to monogamy by force. In most relationships, the woman has the leverage, and she dictates the terms of the relationship. So most guys can't kind of have this mindset that I have. It's like,
Yeah, because that's what happens when you go to a woman for a relationship. But when you have sex with a woman, now you have the power. Now she can come to you and ask you for a relationship. That's when you can lay out the foundation and say, hey, listen, this is what I expect out of you. As opposed to you going to her and, like he said, she's going to make all the rules. She's going to take the lead. She's going to do everything. Why? Because you're coming to her. She has the leverage.
my way or the highway. Most guys have to kind of concede to what their girl wants. This stupid quote, happy wife, happy life. I think that's the dumbest quote ever. As a man gains more status, success, income, etc., the woman wins. She's all his success, she benefits from that. But when a woman wins, it's not the same. When a woman makes more money, earns more status, etc., and she starts to outgrow her man, she's going to look for a better man. Men and women are not the same.
So, but some women, we are emotional beings. Like, we will stay with
Which
the
is a
man.
problem. They're erratic.
But we will stay with the man. Like, if a man loves us and is loyal, we will stay.
Really? Is that why women initiate an overwhelming amount of the breakups? Because they're emotional and they're loyal? No.
No, but
women are the most disloyal creatures that we have.
Yeah, but I feel like you're...
which is okay.
Yeah, but with my circle of women that that I know and I represent, I think it's unfair because even on your podcast, and it's no disrespect to any women on your show because they hold it down for themselves, but you have a kind of caliber of women that are accepting to that lifestyle, hookup culture, OnlyFans culture and stuff like that. So I kind of feel like your reality and perception of women is where women will like that lifestyle.
Well, you're actually incorrect. And the reason why is because we've interviewed almost 1,600 girls from different walks of life, different countries, different areas. And most of the girls actually aren't from Miami. And a lot of them are educated. Bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, PhDs, professional, some porn stars, etc. Different from women from all different types of walks of life. And what I've come to realize is there are some very distinct similarities between the women, regardless of socioeconomic status, etc. I would argue the more money a woman makes, the more selective she is in wanting a guy that makes more money than herself. So if anything, when a girl's educated and has a business and makes money, she is even more 10 toes down on her stances. She's less willing to concede and less willing to tolerate a man that isn't adequate. So you might say, oh, women are emotional, but they're more likely to stay. All the stats don't show that. Women overwhelmingly initiate breakups.
So what kind of women do you date then?
Women that are asked.
A woman will initiate a breakup once she doesn't respect you. Once she feels like you're not a man worthy of respect, she's going to start looking for something else.
It's my life and not liabilities. Typically girls that are trainable.
That's why you should always put respect over love.
Right? Because they'll come in and I'll just tell them, hey, I need you to do this. As soon as I start dealing with a girl, I start putting her to work to, accentuate what I got going on. And
PA.
As a byproduct of that, she benefits and she enjoys the process. Women like to build with a guy when the guy's in a leadership role but she would like to come into a castle that's already developed, if that makes sense.
Or
She
the
wants to just
foundation's
decorate.
there.
The foundation's got to be there, baby. The days of women building with you, those days are done.
So do you like that? So do you like the whole, because like over in the States, that whole sugar baby kind of lifestyle, man look after the woman, that's you?
No, not at all.
But that sounds like it. Like you
Not
want to
at
be this provider. So that sounds like it.
Well, here's the thing.
But then you moan about women for doing that. So, you know, if you
I don't
show
know.
that you
I
provide-
accept that women are hypergamous creatures that want to get their needs met through men. I accept this reality, and I've accepted it a long time ago. I'm a firm believer that men need to be men, men need to lead, women follow, men pay for dates, men should provide, men should be breadwinners. I think women working should be elective. I don't think it should be mandatory. I think the man working is mandatory, and I think every girl should be given that opportunity.
I don't know why they called it a part 2 because it's saying the same
If
shit.
she's in a relationship
They
with
said in the
guy like
first one.
myself.
Hold on.
But you know, that's going to come at a cost. So I'm going to be extremely selective on what type of girl I bring into my life, because if you bring in the wrong girl, she can turn your life upside down. So as far as like the sugar baby thing, I tell guys all the time, and I've been open about this despite people trying to say, oh, why are you exposed? I tell guys all the time, go on sugar sites and use them to date, because there's a lot of girls on there that aren't necessarily, how do I say this? Sugar babies that are just looking to be taken care of and paid an allowance. There's a good amount of girls on there that make their own money or just want to deal with a guy that has his stuff together. Because let's be honest, Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, these traditional dating apps, they fail 90+% of men, and the stats show that. So, you know, sometimes, and this sounds horrible to say this, but how you meet a woman matters a lot more than meeting the woman. What I mean by that is that women place a lot of importance in the context under which they meet you. If I go meet a girl at a nightclub and I say, hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. She might disregard that interaction completely, right? Versus if I meet her at a boat, right, that I paid for, a boat party, well, I have higher perceived status, she might take that interaction more seriously. Or if I meet her at a mansion party where I'm a special guest where there's only 10 guys and 100 girls, well, she's going to take that more seriously, or some type of exclusive situation. Or if I met her on a site that is traditionally for sugar babies or whatever, have higher perceived status. It's my job as a man to not get finessed, okay? Because most guys, again, comes back to what I said. Female game is predicated on men not understanding their own value. If a guy gets finessed, it's his fault.
Did you ever get finessed? Because I kind of feel like you run this
Every girl
flag
says,
so
That is true because a woman can't really run game on you if you know what to look for. If you know what it is that she's doing. If she's doing certain things like she's pulling back and you know, okay, I know exactly what she's trying to do there. Or she's trying to make you jealous and you know exactly what she's trying to do. You can't really get fooled if you have game. That's why it's important.
hard. Like
every guy's
the
taking
background
L's. I wouldn't be in a position to be able to give this information if I didn't take plenty of L's.
Does
I
that
take
work?
L's every
100%. You have to learn from your losses. The whole reason why, I get on here and I try to provide value is because I've made mistakes. I've gone through shit that I've learned from, so I want to pass it on so that you guys don't have to go through it.
every day. I take L's to this day.
So is that what inspired you to?
And even if you do go through it, it's about going through it with the mindset of understanding why it's happening and trying to maneuver through it as best as possible. Because some things are just unavoidable. We all have to go through our losses and our lessons in our life. There's nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for that. But it's about paying attention to certain things.
Start the podcast and not start speaking on it.
Well, I mean, that's okay. I'll give the cliff notes. I noticed, like, first it was fitness, and then I noticed a lot of guys want to get in shape to get girls, and then the thing is, I realized, like, okay, well, if you want to get girls, you need to have a whole package, because I live in Miami. Girls are extremely cutthroat there. You really got to have your stuff together because you're competing with athletes, celebrities, guys that have money, etc. So you can't be a loser down there and expect to attract beautiful women. It's a very competitive dating marketplace. So I was real big on guys becoming an entire package. You got to get your money on point. You got to get in shape. You got to obviously dress well, groom yourself well, not be a bum. You got to take care of yourself from a holistic package and become the best version. And then the women are a byproduct of that. But yeah, that's kind of how it started.
Anyway, so thanks for coming. How was the flight here?
Not bad. Took about 7-8 hours.
Okay. How do you find, have you been out in London yet?
No, this is like my first time.
Ever?
I came as a kid, but I'm not going to count that.
Okay. It'll be interesting to see what your experience with London women are.
Okay, they're not as hot as the girls in Miami. I'll just be honest.
Yeah.
But Miami's an anomaly. Like, we got the most attractive girls, per capita, like in some places in the world. Like if you compete, like maybe with Colombia, Brazil, etc. But yeah, I mean, Miami's an anomaly.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. I mean, I'll try to womanize here and see what happens. But my standards have went up.
Womanize.
Oh yeah.
That's not good.
That's a good thing.
For you.
Women love womanizers. Absolutely. See, it's such a negative term, but womanizers are actually the best guys.
Really?
They know what's attractive. They know how to take a girl on a date. They know how to treat a woman well, etc. It's the weirdos that you guys don't want. The womanizers are the ones you guys want. The misogynists, those guys.
No.
Yeah.
I like. Don't get me wrong. Like I like a man that's got. I'd call it. What would I call it? Chivalry. Like I do like a man that knows how to look after a woman, but not a womanizer.
That's sexist, though.
Why?
Oh, see?
No, I'm asking this question. So
No,
before you start this, yeah.
Because, see, women typically don't call things sexist that benefit them. So chivalry in itself is sexist inherently. You're treating a woman differently based off of nothing more than her gender, which is inherently sexist. But women don't complain about that. But if I say something along the lines of, men are physically superior to women, oh, that's sexist.
Yeah,
well,
'cause
that's reality.
No, but just to be like, oh, I'm superior. Surely you can.
Physically
understand.
superior.
But surely you can understand why that would be irritating for women.
It's the truth.
It's not always actually.
I don't like math, but I know 1 + 1 is 2. I failed algebra, but I accept that algebra is it's a fact, right? But women get mad. See, I said, like you said before, chivalry, that's sexist, right? But no one cares. But if I say men are physically superior to women, oh my God, that's sexist. I would argue sexism benefits women.
Really?
100%.
Why is that?
Because with sexism, it adds a whole other standard and a whole other league for women. I mean, if there wasn't sexism, there wouldn't be a WNBA or a...
Yeah, and as a man, if you believe, like, reality makes you a little bit sexist. If you believe, like, okay, I am the man, just because I'm a man, I have to provide for my woman. I have to take care of her. If we get in a physical altercation, I will protect her. I will open the door for her. I will pay the bill. I will pay the rent. All these things for your woman, that is sexist, right? Because you believe the man should do that. But women benefit from that.
female MLS, or we wouldn't have different standards for, you know, female police officers or female firefighters, etc. I mean, actually in the UK, if I'm not mistaken, female firefighters can fail the test and still get the job, versus a man would never be able to do that. So sexism benefits women in all regards almost. I can't think of anything sexist that benefits men, besides maybe being able to sleep with a lot of girls and being respected, but that's tough to do.
But like going on sex and stuff, I think I do agree, like it's a lot harder for men to get sex, but I don't understand like why there's so much obsession with like this body count and everything and the double standard.
Okay, so in what, because that's a multi-pronged question. What regard, like, do you have an issue that men have an issue with a woman's body count, or do you
Yeah.
have an issue with men wanting a lot of sex?
A bit of both, really, because I kind of feel like you get mad
Okay.
if a woman is sleeping with multiple men.
Yeah, rightfully so.
But then if you do the same,
Men and women aren't the same. Okay, let's have fun with this.
fun.
Let's say,
Let's have fun. If you
let's
say.
go into a hypothetical scenario, okay? Let's say me and you grew up down the street from each other, right? And I grew up rich, you grew up poor. And at 18 years old, I get an inheritance of $5 million, right? I didn't work for it. And you see me living my life on Instagram, I'm lit, oh yeah, I'm all over the place, I'm jet flying, I'm Ric Flair, woo, you know, limousine riding, jet flying. And then you, on the other hand, you bust your ass, you go to school, you start up a business, you start up another business, and you end up scaling up your businesses and you become worth $5 million as well. 10 years passes by, we're both 28 at this point, we meet at a high school reunion. You're like, oh, I haven't seen you in forever, I saw you on Instagram, living life, but now I'm kind of broke because I've been spending my money like an idiot. And I've been blowing all my money on coke and hookers in Vegas and doing a bunch of other stupid things with my money. However, you saved and invested and you pretty much built your net worth up. And then I go ahead and I tell you, hey, you should invest in XYZ. But you, knowing that I lost all my money, would you take my advice seriously?
No.
Why not? See where I'm going with this?
Yes.
Okay, so in other words, you're a self-made millionaire. I'm a trust fund baby. I didn't earn this money, okay? You, however, earned your money. I'm not in a position to tell you how to spend your money and or invest because you built it up from the ground up. That's exactly how sexuality goes with men and women. Men must create their value to be able to get the sex. Women are given their value up front to get the sex, and they don't have to work for it. So a trust fund baby can't tell a self-made millionaire how to spend their money. So that's why I always think it's ludicrous when women try to reel in, well, why do you want to have sex with so many girls or blah, blah, blah. Well, you didn't have to bust your ass to become a self-made millionaire. You got the money up front and you spent it like an idiot.
Yeah, but like, so why do men have such an issue with women for it? That's not our fault, firstly, and it's kind of like men.
Wait.
No, but I mean, as in like the way you're thinking around, like the way it's centered around women and sex and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, how about this? Let's say me and you are dating, right, hypothetically, and you find out that I might have done some gay porn in the past to make some money. What would happen? Keep it 1,000 with me.
What would happen?
Yeah.
I feel like.
You would break up with me. That's the truth. You would leave me if you found out.
Well, because I would assume that you were gay, and
Okay.
then I'm your secret to cover up your gay.
But my
identity.
past matters, right? My
But it's not
past.
necessarily like the fact that it's your past that matters. It's just the fact that you aren't being.
But it was unattractive. It was very. That's how men feel about women that have a past. Men, to break it down succinctly, men are interested in a woman's past. Women are interested in a man's future. So guys want to deal with a girl that has no experience or little experience. Women want to deal with a guy that has a lot of experience. That's why women look for ambition and confidence, etc. Men look for youth and beauty, because men understand that when they take a woman on, they're supposed to be the leader. But we don't want to deal with a girl that comes with bad habits. That's why men value a woman that's inexperienced. Women value a man that is experienced.
So you can train them. So it's kind of, so it's not. That's not as in we're bonding on that. That was just like. So you want, like, it just sounds like just men always just want virgins that hadn't had sex with anyone and are really good girls. That's it. And it's like you want younger women as well. So it's like that whole predator vibes.
Well, it's not.
No, it is. But that's realistically, like, say it how it is. You want younger women that you can manipulate.
Here we go.
Just to mold to your lifestyle. And it's not here we go. That's literally it.
Okay.
But it's perspective. So you're now going to word it and say.
I got a question for you.
You're going to word it and say, it's like a woman that, understands, she's submissive, and she does all this. So it's about perspectives.
Okay, we were saying we want a woman that we can manipulate, that's dumb, right, that's timid, etc. Okay, that doesn't understand her worth. Is that fair?
No,
Is
it's
what
not
you're
that.
kinda
I'm just saying, like, it's perspective.
But that's what you're saying. Like, that's what men want these
That's
types
how
of
it
women.
sounds. That's how it sounds.
Okay.
Like, you want women that you're
What if
easy
I
to
said
manipulate.
women are stupid, can't make money, short, and weak because they want a guy that makes more money than them, taller than them, more confident, ambitious, etc.? That would be ludicrous, wouldn't it? Because I'm demonizing what you want, but we don't do that with women, do we? We don't tell women, well, you're stupid and you're broke and you don't have your own confidence and you don't have your own ambition and you're just inept. We don't
That's what
tell
you do.
women.
That's what you
But-
guys do.
No. But see my logic here. We don't shame female preferences. Okay? When a woman says, I want a man that's tall, makes money, etc., you go, girl, you deserve it. That's your preferences. If I say, I want a girl that's not a hoe, that has some, sexual temperance, that isn't going to embarrass me when I walk in a room, beautiful, young, etc., youthful, right? I'm not saying, obviously, no. I like girls that.
And I believe that's never going to change. I don't think a man is ever going to be like, oh, yeah, I want to wife up a woman who has had like 50 partners. Like, I think that that's something that they're trying to change. They're actively trying to change our minds and manipulate us into thinking that, well, as a man, you should want that. But I don't think it's going to change. Other than the new generation who probably grow up young and are already programmed to think that way from a very young age, maybe they're going to think in their mind that it's okay because your programming truly dictates what you get out of life. So maybe the young guys, if they're listening to, the modern day programming, they're going to be like, oh, it's okay. I'll date a woman who has had 50, 100 partners, whatever. But that's why they don't like the guys who talk stuff like this about masculinity, because they want to program the youth. They don't want them to listen to someone who's masculine and has a real masculine view on the world.
That are 21, 22.
They want us to be
right?
cucks.
That's considered, that's toxic and masculine, etc. Like, we demonize male preferences, but we don't demonize female preferences. Just like I said before, we don't criticize women, but we criticize men.
So how would you feel if women started doing that? Then where would you stand on your
If women
Incel
started doing
Culture
what?
podcast?
You had to get that in there, didn't you? Well, so
It's fine,
if
because you always listen. You always throw shade at me, so I'm just doing the facts.
Hey, man, it's all good. So what was that before you made that little joke? So you said, what if women did what?
If we started to say, like, just to kind of hold ourselves accountable, stop dehumanizing men with their characteristics, traits, and qualities.
Women are never going to hold themselves accountable.
We do,
Why
though.
would they? They rarely do. Women have all the leverage in the dating marketplace now. Why would they hold themselves accountable? That's the truth. How many delusional women do we have out here that, quite frankly, are useless bimbos that they feel they deserve?
Yeah, a woman could cheat on you. She could do you dirty, all this stuff. No matter what, even if y'all break up, she's not going to take accountability for it. She's not going to own up to it. She's not going to say, oh, this and I did this and I did that. Why? Because they always want to place the blame somewhere else instead of placing it on themselves. But at the end of the day, both parties can be accountable for something, but women are not really going to take accountability for that. It's very rare that a woman will take accountability for a mistake that she made, regardless of if you had something to do with it or not.
Deserve a man that's 6'3", making $1 million a year, and is an athlete, and etc.
But you guys invest into the women as well.
How do we
You do.
invest in them?
Like this is the problem, because you'll advertise a certain life, you'll have all these things, and you'll let women have this lifestyle.
No,
So then
we
they're not
invest dick in
learning.
those girls. Nothing else. Those girls are those girls perpetually typically stay single. They go from high value guy to high value guy. These girls don't get commitment. That's another mistake that girls make. They think just because a guy is dating them means they're going to get a relationship. And relationship attraction and sexual attraction are two different things. But modern day women.
Yeah, it's two different categories. You can still have sex with a woman, but she's not placed in that category to where she is relationship material. So you got to understand how to divide the two.
And make the cardinal mistake of conflating the two, thinking they're the same. They're not at all.
So how do you pull them?
How do I pull?
Yeah.
What do you mean, how do I pull?
How would you court me?
How would I court you? Like, for like a serious relationship, or like for a vetting process?
For like a vetting process?
Oh, well,
Does she listen to what you say? Is she going to be cooperative? If you guys go on a date, does it sound like an interview, or is she genuinely interested in you? If you don't do certain things, like you don't take her to a certain level of restaurant, is she going to complain? All these things are how you vet a woman to see what exactly is it that she wants. Because if you tell her, hey, listen, we're going to go to this restaurant, and she complains about it, guess what? Now you know what she wants. If you hit a woman up, she takes forever to respond, now you know where her interest is at. If you go on a date and you're asking her questions and she's only answering them, but she's not asking you questions back, there you go.
And then see, like, how do you then determine?
okay, so I go on a date with a girl, right? And I get a feel for her, right? See what her family background is like, etc. Ask some, prerequisite questions. And then what I do, the game doesn't really begin until after you have sex with the girl. And the reason why is because after that point, now she's going to start to really either sink or swim. And most girls, unfortunately, fail this test miserably because most girls think, I'm just going to have sex with them and that's enough. And the reality is, that's enough to get a date, but that's not enough to keep a guy. Most girls are terrible at retaining men. Girl game is being able to retain the guy. And most girls don't offer value out of sex. So if they don't add, value at that point, and I'm going to obviously give her some instructions, hey, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to watch what she does very carefully. If I tell her, hey, I need you to do this or whatever, and she balks at it, well, okay, bam, I already know where she stands. Streets only, recreational use, back to the streets you return. Because I don't really have time for girls that are going to be liabilities.
Okay.
Yeah. And that process could take, up to a year plus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't wife a girl up before a year. That's bare minimum. Yeah. I mean, men.
Yeah, months before you get into a relationship. Don't make the mistake of dating a woman for 1 month and suddenly you say, oh yeah, everything is nice. No, you haven't really gotten to know her properly. There's more to know. Is she going to be the right one for this title of girlfriend, right?
Men have to be very diligent about this because men take far more risk when they date a girl than when a girl dates a guy.
So would you not be with a woman for her family background or whatever like that?
Because at the end of the day, like he said, you take more of a risk as a man because a woman, what does she lose? Okay, she lost some dick or she lost a boyfriend. As a man, if you choose the wrong one, you're paying for the dates, you're investing time, you're investing energy, you're investing your attention, which all these things, if you're single, could be used towards building your life, but you're actually picking to go ahead and give some of this to your woman. And if you choose the wrong one and you end up you end up finding out she's been cheating, doing all these things. She wasn't the girl that you thought she was. You've just wasted so much. That's why it's a bigger risk.
Because I kind of feel when you do your background check, that those things are really important when you're dating someone, because you kind of want to understand their mindset.
Yeah, there's always exceptions to the rule, but in general, girls that come from broken homes typically tend to have very bad habits. Girls that don't have a father in their life typically tend to have bad habits. Is this all? No, but you know, a majority of women that don't have these things in place typically don't end up being good women in general. They don't have rudimentary basics. So, or if they have trauma in their life, whatever, you know, trauma destroys women, but it builds men. We react to trauma very differently. So as a guy, it's your job to find a girl that isn't, and it's going to sound terrible, and hopefully I don't get cancer from me saying this, tarnished.
Tarnished.
Yeah.
It's not really fair to say tarnished.
Yeah, well, I mean.
Because like a lot of people do hold themselves accountable and do the work and personal development.
Women?
Well, yes, we do. So before you want to, glad you find it funny.
Most girls don't hold themselves accountable whatsoever. Most girls rarely self-improve, if ever, if I'm going to be 100% honest.
Yeah, because they don't really have to. As a man, if you don't self-improve, you're stuck at the level that you're at. You're stuck at the level that you're at as far as the amount of women that you can get. You're stuck at the level that you're at as far as the type of house that you can have. You are stuck at the type of car that you drive. As opposed to a woman, she doesn't really have to self-improve. She just has to find the right man. She finds a good man that'll take care of her. She can end up being in a Rolls Royce or a Lamborghini. But you can't do that as a man. You have to self-improve. So women don't have to.
Most girls think, this is me, take it or leave it. Most girls have that type of attitude. And like it comes back to...
Like, think about that. A woman can go from a Honda, from dating one guy, to dating another guy, and suddenly she's in a Lamborghini. Can you do that as a man?
What I was saying before, men understand they must self-improve to get the women they want. Women don't understand that they must also self-improve to get the men they want and keep them. But most girls think, I'm special, I'm perfect the way that I am, I'm a princess, I deserve the world, and unfortunately, reality kind of smacks them in the face because they can't keep a guy long term. They just get used for sex. And once modern day women understand that you actually have to compete, you actually have to show up to that job interview for that prestigious law firm in a suit and actually be ready to do the work, you're never going to be able to keep a job, or in this case, keep a guy.
Right.
The guy's got to date intelligently. And I would say women have all the leverage. Most women are winning right now when it comes to the dating marketplace. And most guys are losing, which is why this type of content is exploding in popularity. No one has been decoding the matrix like this.
Yeah. How will you raise a son with your mindset? I'm just curious to know.
I would raise my son to not be a victim. You know, I'm at a point now where very successful financially, but my son would not see any of this money at all. I would make him get it out the mud because, like we discussed before, trust fund babies typically don't know what to do in life and how to, you know, they don't understand and appreciate the value of a dollar. And I thank my dad for instilling that in me early. I mean, my first job was at McDonald's and I got fired. And I quickly learned that I didn't want to be in the service industry, but it made me appreciate people in the service industry.
Okay.
Yeah, bro, I worked all the jobs that I worked before I became an entrepreneur was all service industry jobs. And bro, I hated that shit. I would go in there every single day saying, fuck, I hate this shit. I hate this shit. I hate this shit. I hate this shit. I couldn't do it. I had to figure a way out. So I put together a plan. I worked on my plan every single day, worked on it until eventually, boom, made it out. But like, if I'm sure a lot of you guys watching, you guys probably work jobs that you hate, and I'm letting you know right now, if you hate the job that you're at, if you hate what it is that you're doing, you can always make a way out. But you have to work on it. You have to work on it. If you're working 9 to 5, the rest of the hours, it's not for playing video games. It's not for being on your phone. It's figuring out a plan and working on that plan. Once you're off of your job, it's working on that plan so you can make your escape route.
Good. I like that. It'll get preachy, but I was going to say no.
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't, but it's a damn good down payment.
It helps with a lot of things.
Yeah. So I would say it's the first step. Damn
What do
good.
you say? Does money buy happiness? Money buys freedom, which freedom buys happiness. So yes, if you're not free to do what it is that you want, you're not going to be happy. So it's not even about the money. It's about the freedom that money buys.
It'll get preachy, but I was going to say no.
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't, but it's a damn good down payment.
It helps with a lot of things.
Yeah. So I would say it's the first step. Because there's a lot of rich people that are miserable.
Because if you are broke and you can't buy the foods that you want, you can't experience the things that you want to experience. You have to go into that job and take orders from that fat motherfucker. You can't drive the car that you want. You can't live in a place that you like. You're not going to be happy. Why? Because you're not free.
But if you get the money in the first place, it solves most of the problems.
Yeah. Would you say you're happy?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, for me, like, I've basically built up the kingdom that I wanted. You know, for a man, to be honest with you, most guys, if I'm living the dream. You know, I got my money on point. I'm doing well. Own some real estate property. Hanging out on YouTube, on the internet. You know, don't really have to ever look at price tag when I buy things. I'm a minimalist anyway. I don't spend money on stupid things. This like watch is the nicest thing I have, and I bought this with real estate money. Always spend earned income on assets, you know, passive income on liabilities. But that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, you know, date who I want, do what I want, don't have to answer to nobody. It's great, man. Yeah, living the dream.
Good. I like that for you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Cool.
Why can we call guys bums, but we can't call girls hoes?
Why can't a woman just like be sexually liberated? Genuinely, why does she have to be a hoe?
Why does she have to be a hoe?
Yeah, it's like that song by TLC, No Scrub. They're straight up calling guys bums. And hey, respectfully so, a lot of guys are bums.
Okay. Do you want to be a hoe?
I don't really care what you think if you're gonna say I'm a hoe.
No,
I'm saying.
No, I'm asking you. I'm not attacking you. I'm asking you this as a question. Do you want to be a hoe?
I don't want to be labelled a
Comment down below anything you think I should react to.
hoe for what you guys paint as a hoe.
Well, let's peel a layer back. Do you want to go out and have sex with a bunch of different men at the same time?
Why would I want to do that?
Okay. You want to hear something magical? Most women don't want to do that. So the thing is that since most girls don't want to do that, most girls don't even want to be hoes, yet girls argue and, you know, debate to be hoes. I don't get it. They don't even want to be hoes.
No, we don't, but it's just a double standard. We don't want you to...
Wah.
Sorry?
Are we going to cry? Like, I mean, there's a bunch of double standards that don't benefit men.
I'm just saying, so I feel like this hyper-independence liberation movement is because we're just sick of men like you that want to just attack women for being able to do something that you guys are doing just as much.
I'm not attacking. I'm reporting
No, but
a fact.
I'm saying in general, like...
I'm reporting a fact. If a woman is promiscuous, she is by definition a hoe. So that is the truth.
And you, sleeping around?
I am a homemaker.
No, you're not. You're also a hoe. Like, you're also a hoe.
Men can't be hoes.
Okay.
Men that have sex with a lot of women are successful.
No, but in your eyes, as men, this is the thing. It's like this brotherhood thing. It's you guys. It's
Incorrect.
you.
Okay, let's go back to biology.
No, we're not going to keep going back to biology. Actually.
Because that's where it all stems from.
No, but I'm just saying in general, like
Men are
times
designed
changing-
to want to have sex with as many women as possible. Women are designed to have sex and procreate with the best man possible. So it all comes back to biology. It's amazing how like logical this is, right? And feelings are outside of it. So when a man has sex with a bunch of women, he's accomplishing his biological needs and wants. When a woman has sex with the best guy that she can get and she gets a commitment from that guy, she's accomplishing her biological wants. So being a hoe contradicts that. Being a hoe is what men want to do. Most women don't want to be hoes. They're hoes because of bad decisions, they've been lied to, etc. Every girl that I know that's been a hoe, look at Mia Khalifa, Lana Rhoades to be exact, or have a promiscuous past, and people.
You know those names. Don't act like you don't still watch those. I don't, but I was a middle schooler, 7th grade, behind the school in Puerto Rico, huddling up, all the boys watching that shit. Oh, shit.
People know about it, especially, they regret it because it limits their ability to lock down a guy in the future. When two women meet and they don't like each other, guess what's the first thing they say? You're a hoe. Because they know that's how you dig into them. So it's not even men that call girls hoes most of the time. You'll get called a misogynist and canceled for that. Hopefully we don't get canceled this podcast. But
Never.
Yeah, women, however, call each other hoes. It's women that slut shame more than men do. It's not the men. Dudes shut their mouths. Oh, we love hoes. Yeah, don't rock the boat, bro.
Yeah,
Relax.
like men really do. You say
They don't
this,
say
but
nothing.
You're the one sleeping with all the women.
It's
so.
women that shame each other.
Like, why is the goal always about like being on top? Firstly,
Well, missionary is a fantastic position, first of all. And the other reason why men have to be on top is because that's the only thing women respect.
No worries. But like, not everyone wants a successful life, like to be financially super successful. They don't. There's so many people that just like a nice, quiet, humble life.
Here's the thing. All women, you know what?
Stop saying all women as well.
Okay, now that you said that, all women want a guy that's better than them.
Most women. Some women actually like to be dominant as well, just like you, like to be on top.
Even those dominant, quote unquote, dominant women, they are deep down inside yearning to find a man who can dominate them. They want to feel feminine. It's in their biological nature to want to feel feminine. And in order to feel feminine, they have to have someone be more dominant than them. Because masculinity is a much more dominant force. So all this dominatrix shit, that woman likes to get fucked rough. She likes to have all these things that a normal feminine woman does as well. But, you know, she's probably just dealt with too many weak guys.
There's
You know
also
what those
women that
dominant
say-
women do when they're like dealing with a guy that they're dominating?
What?
They make fun of that guy in a group chat, say, look, he let me tie him up and step on him with heels, ha ha ha. And then they go deal with a guy that's more dominant than them.
I don't know.
Women don't respect guys that they're more dominant than.
I feel like men just don't respect guys in that way. Like, why do you get annoyed and so frustrated about men that are simps? Like, you guys get really passionate about it.
Because they're messing everything up.
Like what?
They're giving women that don't deserve attention and validation, messing up for everybody. I mean, it's fine. Honestly, they're making the marketplace harder for everybody else. But for me, it's like whatever, because I just go against the grain. So like when I'm not a simp, girls like, oh wow, this is refreshing. This guy doesn't follow my lead and care what I think. Fantastic. I'm gonna follow him.
I don't know. I think it's different. I feel like I understand your point, but at the same time, I kind of feel like it's nice when you have men that are attentive to your needs and wants.
By you being successful and being the man that she wants in general, you're already attentive to her needs. Here's the thing. You can't even get on a date with a girl unless you meet a bunch of prerequisites in the first place. So by you being the man that you are, you're already attentive to her needs. You already know what she wants up front. Women are very simple. They try to sit there and say that they're complicated, etc. But the things that women look for are almost universal across the world. Men teach other men how to be men. That's why fathers are important. That's not a mother's job.
Yeah, I feel like it's still the balance though, because I kind of feel like, respectfully, men, it being your job to do that, it's really detrimental to men.
Yeah, because as a man, you know the struggles that a man has been through. That's why you need a father in the life. Sure, a mother, especially if she respects masculine values, she can teach a man, you know, most things that could help him out. But at the end of the day, only a man truly knows what a man's life is like. So he has to have been through all the things that his son is going to go through. Like when I have a son, I'm going to tell him everything about how to date women, about how women work, how to talk to a woman, how to better your mindset, how to better your confidence, how to face fears, how to be more disciplined, how to be consistent, how to hold your own word to yourself and to others. These are the things that I'm going to teach my son. Why? Because I've been through all of it.
And men's mental health and men's feelings.
Well, just to backtrack real quick, your mom's job is to nurture you into becoming a man, right? And then your dad teaches you how to actually be a man and live life as a man. That's why the father is so critical. You know, the dad's job is to keep the daughter off the shirt pole, son's out of jail. Now, going back to mental health, what's the question specifically, just so I make sure I answer it correctly?
I'm just saying in general, like men's mental health, it's important and stuff like that. And I feel like your podcast kind of like everything that you kind of promote and preach, it can be so detrimental to men and their feelings, and it's not really fair.
I give men the reality. A lot of sadness and depression is self-induced. A lot of guys, when they're sad and they feel down on themselves, it's because, quite frankly, they're losers. And the thing is, as a man, when you're not producing or you're not becoming somebody or you're not working,
You feel like a bitch. If you're not advancing your life forward, if you're not becoming a better version of yourself, if you're stuck in the same place, if you're regressing and you're going back and you're actually going down a level, you're going to feel depressed. That's just what it is.
working towards something, it's natural for you to start to feel sad because it goes against your innate nature as a man to create. The world that we live in was created by men that had an innate need to create something. And
Yeah, men need purpose in their life, doing things not because they want to, but because they have to. They're working towards something. It's their purpose. That's what truly fulfills a man.
cultivate something. So if you're not out there creating, you're by default regressing. I've always said it. Time doesn't stand still. So if you're not progressing, you're by default regressing. So if you're regressing, the natural reaction to that is, I feel sad. I'm depressed. I need to do something about it. But 9 out of 10 times, it's self-induced.
Men's mental health, like male suicide, it's an issue.
No, it definitely is.
Like there's so many other things that we can't control. There's things beyond our control.
So you got to care about the things that you can control. And you're 100% in control of your fitness. You're 100% in control of your ability to create money. You're 100% in control of your ability to learn how to deal with women and adapt to the new changing dating marketplace. We don't make excuses over here. Survival of the fittest. Because the reality is this. If you're a loser, reality is going to reinforce that you're a loser. Women aren't going to respect you. Your peers aren't going to respect you. Your parents are going to be embarrassed by you. And no one's going to want to take you seriously. So you are 100% in control of how you live your life. And a lot of things that guys are sad about, it's within their control. If you're fat, it's your fault. If you're a loser, it's your fault. If you're broke, it's your fault. Guys got to take accountability. That's the difference between men and women. Men must take accountability. Women don't have to. If they're pretty enough, a guy can come in and take accountability for them and take care of them. As a man, no one's coming to save you.
You have
But
no
I don't
choice.
think really that's fair, especially on the
Life
broke.
isn't fair.
No, but I'm saying with the
That's the whole theme of the show.
yeah, okay, but with the whole broke situation on men, like there's only a top percentage of men that really make money.
Okay.
So it's the majority of men that don't make money, that can't make money, and there's so many restrictions on how people can make
Can't?
money. No, but realistically,
What is that word?
No, but you
Yeah, can't is just an excuse. If can't is in your dictionary, that's just an excuse. You're giving yourself a way out. There is no can't. You either do or you don't. That's it.
know what I'm saying? Like realistically,
That's defeatist
it's not-
vocabulary.
No, but it's not fair to sit and like
Life isn't fair.
count. Okay, I know life's not fair. Before you want to keep saying this to me 100 times, but it's not actually fair. So many things environmental. Like not everyone has the privilege of having parents that know that teach them how to have money to do things.
Doesn't matter. There's nothing that you can say. I didn't have, parents that are going to teach. My parents taught me a lot, but they can't teach me how to become financially free and start a business and all these things. But I can't use that as an excuse. I can't just blame that on my parents. I have to figure out a way out. There is no excuse. Like a lot of people use excuses. Oh, I'm fat because my parents never taught me how to eat. Do you want it or not? It's that simple. If you want it, make it happen. If you don't, then don't. But don't say that you can't, because you can.
And everything like that.
So what's your argument for all the people that come from broken households that still are able to figure it out and go
Exactly.
to an Ivy League school or become an NBA player
That's good,
or
but
become an
that's-
athlete or become a police officer or work a job that's respectable? Anyone can. The thing is that we have more excuses for people. The problem is this. We live in a participation trophy society where we tell people that, hey, being mediocre is okay. You can't sit there eating Cheetos, being a fat piece of crap, not working, not going out there doing something with your life, and feeling good is a privilege. That's the reality. You're not entitled to feeling good about yourself. You must earn that ability to look at yourself in the mirror and be proud. It must be earned. For women, it's given. Your beauty is given to you from birth. As a man, that ability to look at yourself in the mirror and be happy at what you see, that's earned. That's the difference between men and women.
What would you do if your family didn't like me?
Too bad. They would accept it. I've come this far. My parents trust my judgment at this point. I've done things that have disappointed them. I admit this. I don't really drink alcohol, but I've drank it in the past. I've never done a drug in my life, thankfully. But, premarital sex, etc. These are things that go against Islam, and I've made, mistakes in Islamic culture. But my parents trust my judgment, and they would accept it.
Okay, interesting. What would you do if I had a lot of male friends?
We wouldn't be in a relationship. I would have screened that out in the beginning.
Why?
A girl that has a lot of guy friends is a problem. That's a liability.
Not really.
100%.
For you?
Well, of course, for you, it's a benefit because you get attention, but it's a liability. No guy wants a girl that's out there, out and about with a bunch of guy friends. That's unacceptable. That's unattractive.
Why is it unacceptable?
Because women value a man that has social proof. Men don't care about a woman's social proof. When you have friends, it's a liability. When I have friends, it's social proof. It makes me more attractive. It makes me more attractive. It makes you less attractive.
Interesting. What would you do if your friends were liking my pictures?
They wouldn't.
But if they were?
Cut those motherfuckers off, straight up.
I don't associate with men that can't attract women. All my friends are good with women. And there's a bunch of reasons for this, but you can't hang out with simps. You can't have friends that are thirsty for women. Those guys, well, number one, they don't understand the basic
Those motherfuckers will snake you at any moment, any opportunity they get.
concept that men are leaders. So if I'm in business or friends with these guys, and I tell him, hey, we got a business meeting, and he tells me something stupid like, oh, well, my wife, I can't, I told her this, or I can't because my wife said this. Well, I can't do business with that guy because his woman runs his life. Wait, now I'm on your wife's schedule, your girlfriend's schedule?
Or maybe he just respects his wife.
LOL. Men lead, women follow. Money comes first. Your mission, your career, etc., that all comes first. Your girl always comes like a second, distant, third, fourth, fifth.
No.
And women like it that way.
No, they don't.
Anytime a woman is the focal of a man's life, it's a problem.
No.
100%. And the only way a man can give a woman the best life is when she's not the focus.
I don't think so.
Well, that's easy for you to say as a woman. But as a man, you must go out there and produce. And for you to go out there and produce, a woman has to take a back seat to his mission.
Okay, my mission. What would you do if my ex was after you?
In what way?
Destroy those exes that just get really obsessed.
Yeah, well, the Second Amendment in the United States is a fantastic thing. It allows you to have a firearm and defend yourself. And I live in Florida, stand your ground state, so he would probably meet his demise.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm trained. I mean, yeah, I don't miss. If someone's gonna come at me and threaten my life, I'll hit him with the Zimmerman.
Wouldn't it be easier just to address the situation, have a conversation?
9 out of 10 times, if a guy's coming after me and he's an ex, more than likely he's a simp. Simps, remember that whole thing I told you about not falling in love?
Emotional.
Yeah, weird.
See how it comes back in full circle? Guys that fall in love do stupid stuff like that. They don't understand that that girl is no longer in love with him. He's still in love. My emotions. Prison is filled with a bunch of guys that are emotionally erratic and can't control them. Those are a bunch of guys that are also in love.
No, I don't think you should label it like that. Don't now put like this negative, like, spin on being in love.
I mean, when you're in love, you're not in control of your emotions. Like he said, you know, the woman could break up with you, but you're in love. And as a man, you just can't get past it. You're just thinking about her nonstop, as opposed to being still being rational, still being logical, and understanding what are your options. Okay, well, she left me for whatever reason. Well, what can I do now? I can either chase her, or I can get in the gym. I can work on my money. I can work on myself. I can get to know myself better. I can date other women and get to know them. See, that's only when you're thinking logical and rationally. But when you're still in love, you're going to make irrational decisions like this. You're going to try and stalk her. You're going to try and call her even though she's not trying to talk to you. That's what happens.
There's a bunch of guys in prison that were in love.
No, because there's also like this. Men just take things. Some men take things too far. I wouldn't take that.
And why do they?
Don't take that away from being in love. Don't. Because being in love is a beautiful thing.
Why
Don't
do they
try-
take it too far? Because they're in love, correct?
No,
It's the root cause. We can't escape that.
it's your self-control. If like you're able to.
You can't control yourself when you're in love like that, though. That's my point. So he is gonna come and deal.
You haven't been in love, so you can't say that.
I haven't been loved.
No, I said you haven't been in love, so you.
I've
can't
had
say
love
that.
for women.
Yeah, love for women, so you can't say that.
I'm able to be
so-
objective about it. That's how I give her the best experience. Going back to the guy, yeah, I mean, he's in love and he's gonna do stupid stuff. Simps always do stupid stuff for girls because the girl doesn't like him anymore. He's coming in, blah, blah, blah. Now he's gonna end his life because he's trying to test me. Self-defense, baby.
Do you think you two will see each other again?
We're friends.
That's it.
There's no such thing as friends between men and women.
Why though? I feel like we could be really good friends.
No.
Why?
I will never have a platonic female friend, ever. It's pointless.
It's not pointless though.
It's pointless.
Okay, we'll see.
There's no benefit.
Castillo.
We could be associates.
Friends.
No. Associates.
Things on rotation, yeah. What I do, I see one in the morning, yeah. So like, let's say not in the morning, like 12 o'clock,
Wagwan.
lunchtime, yeah. She come through, yeah. Then she go home around 5 o'clock. I got my next thing. 5 o'clock one would leave around 9, yeah. And then I get my next thing come through around 12.
No, you're
Yeah.
actually disgusting.
Around 12, yeah. And then in the morning, I'd say like, yo, babes, I got to go work. Them times I don't even have a fucking job, bruv.
That man is fucking hilarious.
DMs, dating apps. I don't have time for that. I don't believe you should kiss a lot of frogs to find your prince. I believe in grilling them. I'm going to be going on a series of dates to find who can really wow me. This is grilling.
Big man thing, yeah, it's Castillo, bruv, aka the sniper, aka the main event, bruv. Big man thing, yeah, I seen a few people in the comments asking for me to come, bruv. So man's come through, bruv, you get me? I'm gonna be grilling her. She ain't gonna be grilling me, you get me, bruv? Nah, bro, I don't get worried about nothing, you get me? There's nothing she could ask me. There's nothing she could ask me that I ain't heard before. Caught cheating too many times to get stuff out here, bruv.
Are you looking for a relationship then?
Sniper out now on all digital
Sniper
platforms,
out
bruv.
now on all digital platforms, baby.
Yo, what
Hi.
Hello. Nice to
Breaking the touch barrier right away.
Fred.
Okay,
Hey,
off
don't
to
know,
a good
don't know.
start. You want to do that when you're going on a date, right? Break the touch barrier as quick as possible. Like, obviously not in a weird way, just like he did. Shake her hand or give her a hug. That way, this barrier that's between you guys, when you guys have just been talking, is broken. Now you guys have touched.
You look nice.
Thank you. What's your cheers?
Hey, Dankeschön.
What's your name?
Castillo, what's your name?
Cheyenne.
Yo, that mixed race girl name's there. It's nice.
Thank you.
Yo, she's kind of crisp still, you get me? Nice little light skin thing, curly hair. You get me? She's a slim thing, you get me? But 1, 2, 3 stone, it's perfect, bruv. But I could feed her, you get me?
What in the ghetto is going on?
She said,
It took you a
"Where
while to
they
get
get 'em?"
here. Where have you been? What?
It wasn't pussy this morning and last night.
Don't know.
No lie.
So you've had sex with someone and came straight here?
Yeah.
Have you cleaned your teeth?
Yeah, of course. Can't be walking out here fresh pussy on my breath.
That's rude, you know.
We ain't there yet, you get me? We're not
Yeah,
on
we're
that
not
level
there
yet.
yet, but what the woman... Did you actually?
Yeah, I did for real. Bother you.
Bothers me a bit.
Why though? You could have taken 1, 2 willies last night, you get me?
Bothers? Why? You don't even know him, shorty. Why are you mad?
It's not my business.
This is what I'm saying. This is why it's scary, and this is why I don't like dating, because I just feel like everyone's just moving mad.
Don't worry though, I'm
I mean, for all he knows, she could have been bouncing on some cock that morning.
fully drained right now, so you know it's a genuine thing right now. I'm actually trying to get to know you. You get me?
Why are you wearing glasses?
Huh?
Why are you wearing
Because it's like the window to the soul, innit? You ain't ready for that
Yeah,
yet.
I'm ready though.
You ain't ready yet.
I'm not. You don't think I'm ready?
Nah, not yet.
Do you
Get dark in
underestimate me?
Well,
here.
nah, no underestimation.
I don't know if you're confident though, because I feel like you're hiding.
Nah, I'm here though.
Are you insecure?
Nah, I'm very confident.
You sure?
Do you know what I noticed here? I was in the bathroom, you was changing there. You had some knickers on the floor, I saw a skid mark in there. You're moving mad.
You're on time.
You're moving mad.
That's funny. I'm not wearing knickers.
So you just got your pussy
Nah.
just out here like
There's
wearing
no
jeans?
knickers in there. Yeah, free. Why not?
How come?
Why not?
Because what if like you bend down and bare people can see your ass crack in that?
There's a classy way to bend down. You bend down and you do like the, you know,
True,
or like when
true.
you get out of the car, you do the.
Ah, I see.
Like
Do
a
you know what?
lady. Like, so tell me about yourself.
I do events, I do music, I do all kinds of things. Bare things, social media, big man thing, follow me on the gram if you ain't.
Yeah.
What'd you do? Would you ever do OnlyFans?
No.
Never.
I never say never, because
Yeah.
you never know like your life circumstance.
What are you trying to say,
At
life
present,
circumstance? Like you got to be a struggly bitch or something?
I know women that, you know, secure the bag and make a lot of money on it. Just for
Don't
me
know.
personally, I think the direction that people think OnlyFans is like sexual content, it's giving it a bad name, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get you, I get
What
you.
about you? Have you got
Would
OnlyFans?
only do OnlyFans. I would do OnlyFans, you know, I'm
Yeah?
not going to lie to you. Like I feel like, I made bare sex tapes and I feel like people need to see that shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know the ones where you just know you're good at some shit.
Are you
and then
sure?
other people got to see that.
How do you know you're good?
I can bust on command.
Really? So
Like,
do you
real
come
talk-
quick?
Nah, like I bust on command. Like I'm telling you, I can for 3 hours. If the thing says ready to come, I come. You got to control your shit. You get me? Man's sick out there. You get me? Different level.
Straight up.
And that's the problem.
Have that
The male ego
self-control.
will have you thinking you're good in bed and.
Do you know how I know?
performance is dead.
Because my willy drives girl crazy. They always
Straight
come back.
up.
You got toxic dick then.
Make him go
Big man
crazy.
thing.
The
That's the
devil
one
dick.
you need right there, lad. You got girl, they'll pay your rent for that dick.
Really?
Big
They
man
wouldn't pay your
thing.
rent.
Yeah, real talk. I
Really?
had girl
Sugar
pay my
mama.
rent, but
When you know you're doing it right, that you're gonna experience a woman's very, very deep love, but you're also gonna experience when she's mad. Why? Because you can't get the love without the hate. You can't get happiness without being mad. You can't get the happiness without being sad sometimes. So if you haven't experienced a woman's full emotions, then she doesn't really care. But if you're doing it right and she's very happy sometimes, she's also going to be very mad at you for very small things. She's going to care about everything that you do.
before. No, not no sugar mama things. Things my age.
Paying your rent.
Big man thing. This dick will have your gal taking out loans, yeah, putting things in people's names, bruv, it's mad. How much you weigh, you think?
I don't know, you know.
Like you're a skinny thing, innit? So like literally your big things, like when you get them on the floor, lie down flat like that, yeah, you get the legs, stretch it all the way back.
hell
yeah?
no, the fat
And it's
girls,
pressing
huh?
up, it's got the just driving in, drilling it.
Yeah, but
Easy way to make a girl squat. Or you do the next thing, you go on top of her, put her feet right there while you're on top of her. While you're f***ing, you get your thumb, rub on the quick way for her to bust.
Joe, sometimes when it's so
Yeah.
bad, you will like fake it so it ends.
No, you could feel it. You hear the thing, you hear the...
Oh.
You know about that little suction thing, innit? See, that's why you're smiling. You know about it. Big man saying that's why you're
funny.
smiling. Done though. See, toast to that. Done though. Get me?
She liked that, huh? Saw that little smile. She liked that.
So like, what do you actually look for in a woman then?
Number one, I'm not gonna lie, I'm an appearance person first. You gotta look the part. Body, face, back off, all of that, yeah? I
Back
need to be
off.
like, wow, every time I look at you. Next thing is, you gotta be secure within yourself and be able to be by yourself. Love your own company. You don't need bare people around you. You don't need to be going out. You don't need no validation to feel good. You're good in your own company. I like that shit.
So what's the maddest thing you've done in bed?
There was this thing on my Facebook. I went to like,
All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I'm gonna be back soon, okay? I don't got too many people commenting right now, so I'm gonna end this right here. But I'll be live streaming again. Before I go, let me show y'all real quick. Here's my new Instagram. I'm gonna be posting on here every day, so go ahead and check that out. And my Patreon. As you can see, exclusive content.